Okay, let's get to the starting lineup here for the Estes Park Bobcats.
6'3", junior.
And
Number 23, number 32.
There we go. Kenzie Brown, a junior at 5'1", along with Carly Crastillo, 5'4", junior guard. Annie Cerrone, a 5'7", senior. 5'4", senior Chelsea Neuendrop, and Anna Weibel, a 6'3", junior.
Number 22.
The Bee Diggers starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan, with locations in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush. Available 24/7 for your banking needs. It'll be the junior Aurora Thomas, along with senior Quincy Segelke.
Number 30,
Callie Bills, a senior, along with sophomore point guard Maddie Rule and senior center Cammie Sweeney. Bee Diggers are coached by Bill Nichols. And Kyra Stark, the head coach of the Bobcats, in a big-time rebuilding year for them. Their best player, though, is a junior, and Anna Weibel. And she played extremely well, even though the Bee Diggers won that game by 36 points 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there was a time that Estes Park had a pretty good girls basketball program, had a premier player 10 years ago named Don Shockley. And now it's a different story altogether as they're looking to reclaim the winning ways. Opening tip this afternoon brought to you by Buildings by Design, the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. Anna Weibel, jumping center for Estes Park, dressed in their road purple, and the Bee Diggers in their home white. More than likely we'll have Cammie Sweeney in the middle, jumping center. Nope, it'll be Quincy Segelke instead. She's got a lot of hops, despite the fact she's a tad shorter than Sweeney. And the tip is controlled by the Bee Diggers. Maddie Rule down the left side of the lane, banks and scores all the way to the basket. Maddie Rule off the opening tip. And the Bee Diggers, just like that, lead 2-0. The other way with the basketball is Crastillo to Weibel at the free throw line. Tipped away by Thomas, but taken in the corner by Brown. Brown in the lane to Weibel, all the way, left-handed layup, missed it. And Cammie Sweeney grabs the rebound for the Bee Diggers. There's the outlet to Rule. Rule at the top of the three-point circle. Swings it right side. Thomas, wide open three. She'll take it, and she'll miss it off the backside of the rim. The rebound and put back up and in off the glass by Quincy Segelke. Brush leads 4-0. The Bee Diggers have had no struggles against teams in the lower half of the Patriot League. They split with Strasburg and lost twice to both Sterling and Eaton. That's their 8-5 record. Looked like a big-time carrying violation by Crastillo. Weibel, three in the air, is going to be in and out. Segelke grabs her second rebound. The outlet to Rule. Rule across the timeline. 1 minute into the game. The Bee Diggers up 4-0. Rule at the top of the three-point circle. Right side to Thomas. In the right corner for Quincy Segelke. Back out to Rule. Rule behind the three-point line. Gets a pick at the top of the three-point circle. Right side Thomas. Down low. Right baseline for Bill. She scoops it up short. And the ball is rebounded by Weibel. Her first rebound. The outlet pass is tipped away and intercepted by Maddie Rule. Rule back out to Thomas. 0 for 2 so far from three-point range. Make it 0 for 1. Free throw line for Sweeney. Jump pass down low for Segelke. Banks and scores with a left hand. Quincy Segelke makes it 6-0 Brush. 6:23 to go in the opening quarter. Estes Park did not score in the first quarter. In the first game, there's a steal at midcourt. Well, Brown had to take it away from Thomas. Flips it to Rule, 2-on-2. Rule middle of the lane. Bounce pass inside to Segelke, out of bounds. Yeah, she tried to squeeze it past the defender and could not do so. It'll be Estes Park Bobcat basketball coming the other way. Brown at the top on the outside right. Gets a pick from Crastillo, spinning. Bounce pass to Weibel behind the three-point line. Down low, the shot off the glass is up, and that's missed. And the rebound to Segelke, the miss by Annie Cerrone. And there's the outlet to Bills, back out to Rule. 5:47 to go in the first. The Beat Diggers hold a 6-0 lead on the outside right. Thomas with the basketball. Lobs it down low for Bills. Double team. Bounce pass to Segelke underneath. Puts it up. Has to partially block. Gets it back and she misses, but she's fouled. Segelke already has got 4 rebounds in the game. And the foul might have been committed by Chelsea Neuendrop. It was. It's a very light crowd on this Saturday afternoon in Brush, and the free throw's in the air, and it's in and out. The Beat Diggers are expected to control this game, and that's what they're doing so far. And we've only played less than 2.5 minutes. Second free throw is in. The Beat Diggers with a 7-0 lead. They will not press as opposed to what they did in Estes Park. More of a conventional defense here from head coach Bill Nichols. Into the front court is Crasteel. Crossover dribble stripped away by Rule. Loose on the floor near the corner. There's a tie-up, possession arrow. Estes Park after the Beat Diggers controlled the opening tip. And to throw it in will be Crasteel, 3/4 court. Lob near the top to Brown. Back out to Weibel, left of the lane. Had it stripped by Rule, out of bounds. And if you can stop Weibel, you control that entire offense, because she is the player for this team. Brown to throw it in with a 7-0 Beat Digger lead. Brown lobs it towards the top, tipped away by Thomas, out of bounds. It will stay with the Bobcats. And to throw it in is Brown, just beyond midcourt. Lobs it towards midcourt to Crasteel. Crasteel right of the free throw line to Cerrone. All the way, has the shot partially blocked, and it's taken away by Cammie Sweeney. Nice job by Sweeney. Here's Thomas into the front court on the outside right to Segelke. Fakes a three. Jump past Thomas at the free throw line. Dribbles. She's stuck. Bounce pass to Bills. Near the top to Rule. Dribbles to her left. Left to the lane now on the left baseline. Backs up. She's going to have to kick it back out to Thomas straight away. And the long three is well short off the bottom of the backboard. That was a bad miss. Crasteel with a rebound for Estes Park. Bobcats the other way. Here's Neuendrop's 5-footer left baseline. She missed it. And Cammie Sweeney has her third rebound for Brush. There's the outlet to Rule. Long chest pass to Thomas. Thomas dribbling right baseline against Crasteel. Just dribbled it out of bounds, and Thomas commits the turnover. Brush's second. And coming the other way is Brown. Brown jump pass behind Crasteel, but she chases it down in the front court at the top for Weibel. Down low, the pass intended for Cerrone, intercepted by Segelke. Segelke on the high right with the basketball, picks up the dribble, lost it. It's got to kick it back out to Rule. Maddie Rule looking down low at the free throw line. Swings it left side to Thomas. Down low here is Sweeney. Jump pass to Maddie Rule. She banks and scores. Maddie Rule with a beautiful pass from Sweeney. Rule now with 4. She had 14 in that victory in Estes Park. 9-0 Beat Diggers. 3:57 to go in the opening quarter. On the outside right, Weibel, 15-footer, yes. Estes Park is on the board. 9-2 Brush. Roll across the timeline. At the top, swings it right side for Thomas. Thomas, in the games that I've seen, has not shot well as of late. Here's Maddie Rule, 10-foot pull-up is in and out. And Cammie Sweeney chases down her fourth rebound. Back out to Bills, 15-footer, off to the left. Rebound, Maddie Rule, dribbles. She looked like she was fouled, no whistle. Sweeney gets it, misses. Segelke then banks it in. Segelke has 7 points in the opening quarter. And the Beat Diggers lead 11-2, 3:14 to go. Into the front court is Neuendrop. At the top, picked up by Bills. And then stripped away by Maddie Rule, but chased down by Weibel on the high left. Jump pass down low for Neuendrop. Foul from behind by Bills. That'll be Brush's first foul. Estes Park has one as well. And to throw it in will be Kenzie Brown. And the Beat Diggers right now in a man-to-man. Lauren Berg and Maddie Kerr will check in for Callie Bills and Maddie Rule. And Lucy Baker in for Estes Park. Here's the chest pass into Baker on the high left. At the free throw line, Weibel double team, backs up, stripped by Kerr beautifully. Taken away by Thomas. If she can chase it down, she tried to save it in. It's loose, and Sweeney has it on her back. Swings it to Segelke, banks it in! Tremendous defense there by the Beat Diggers. That started with Maddie Kerr. Ended up with that beautiful pass. And the bucket. Third turnover. Sagelkey now has 9 in the game. On the outside right, Brown, 15-footer, short. And the rebound chased down in the corner on one hop by Aurora Thomas. 13-2 Brush. Long chest pass to Sweeney. Sweeney looking down low. Back out to Thomas. Wide open right wing three. Is off the back of the rim. She's 0 for 3 from the three-point range. Ball is loose on the floor. That'll be a tie-up. And a Weibel tied up by a couple of B-diggers. And Sagelkey getting up slowly along with Maddie Kerr. Oh, they're going to call foul. Let's see. Maybe that's a foul. Yeah, I guess it's a foul on the B-diggers and Maddie Kerr. Apparently she wrapped her body around the Estes Park player. Second team foul. Baker across the timeline. Here is Castile. Jump pass to Neuendrop. 10-footer, yes, left wing. Neuendrop scores. The B-digger lead is down to 9, 13-4. 2 minutes to go in the first. Thomas on the outside left. Over to Bill straight away behind the three-point line. Now to Thomas. Left baseline pass to Sweeney. Hands over to Berg as she banks and scores. Straight away from about 6 feet for Lauren Berg. Brush 15, Estes Park 4. Berg did not play in the first matchup. She had a sprained ankle. Minute 42 to go, and we've got a 30-second timeout called by Estes Park with the B-diggers up by 11. You can always follow us on Twitter, KSIR Sports, and our 1010 KSIR Sports Facebook page. As the B-diggers are going for their 9th league win of the year. Yeah, we had the updated numbers, but there's an issue with the Max Prep site today. Not working as well as it normally does. It doesn't even look like the same site unless they're got some redesign. That is the premier site, really, for standings and everything else going on in the high school sports world, not only in Northeast Colorado, but nationally as well. To throw it in three-quarters, Castile. The Bobcats trail by 11. Inbounds pass near the timeline to Brown. Back to Castile on the high right. Picked up by Rule. Picks up the dribble. Lobs it right side to Baker. Left-handed dribble. 5-foot runner short. Maddie Rule grabs the rebound. Rule into the front court. He's got a 3-on-5. He's got to slow it down and retreat behind the three-point line. Maddie Rule at the top for Kerr. Holding the ball up high. Dribbles to her right against Brown. Swings it left side to Rule. Maddie to Maddie. Back to Kerr. Kerr fakes a three, thinking about it. Bounce pass down low to Berg on the right baseline. Inside to Sweeney off her hands. Take it by Rule. Cross court to Bills. Dribbles right baseline. Bills bounce pass off the foot of Maddie Rule, but she's able to pick it up, and then it went out of bounds off her body. And the B-diggers commit their third turnover. That's a very close bounce pass when you're throwing across the lane underneath the basket. Very difficult to make that pass. Under 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. B-diggers up by 11. Brown across the timeline. Dribbles by 2. Into the lane. 10-foot runner. Back rimmed no. Rebound Weibel. Banks and scores. Anna Weibel's got 4. She's the premier player at 6'3". Brush 15. Estes Park 6. Maddie Kerr towards the top. Right side to Bills. Cross court to Rule. Inside the three-point line. Swings it left corner for Kerr. Penetrates left baseline. Tripped up by Castile. That'll be the second foul committed by the Bobcats, matching Brush's total. And to throw it in will be Kerr. To the right of the basket, looking down low, lobs it to Berg, left of the lane, jump pass inside to Kerr, banks and scores, and a foul. A beautiful cut by Maddie Kerr, and a great pass there by Lauren Berg. And the B-diggers lead by 11. And Maddie Kerr to the line to shoot 1. The foul was committed by, the free throw is in. Well, it says 1-4 up there. It's not on the roster, unless it's Molly Morgan on the junior varsity roster. We'll have to check that out. Nonetheless, Maddie Kerr scored for the first time in the game. B-diggers lead by 12. Anna Weibel with the basketball, dribbling right of the lane, spinning in the lane, turning, shooting, missing off the back of the rim. Lauren Berg grabs the rebound for Brush. Berg on the outlet to Rule. We've got 12 seconds to go. Rule across the timeline with the B-diggers leading by 12. Right corner for Bills. Back out to Rule with 6. Now to Bills. Wide open. Back to Rule. Three-pointer is off to the left. And Kerr tries to chase it down. It's out of bounds off of Estes Park, but she threw it off a Bobcat. Nice job swatting it towards a Bobcat. Bee Diggers have one shot with 0.7 of a second to go. Rule throws it into Berg. She shoots, and she misses off the back of the rim. But a very good first quarter for Brush. Bee Diggers 18, Bobcats 6. 1 minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back in Brush, where the Bee Diggers had 4 opportunities here off the opening whistle to begin the second quarter to score, but Segelke just got fouled, and her free throws up and in. The foul was committed by Kenzie Brown, 18-6 Brush, now 19-6. Segelke had 9 points in the opening quarter. She's outscored Estes Park all by herself. Second free throw by the senior is in the air, in and out. And the rebound to Anna Weibel, her third rebound. Segelke leads all rebounders with 6. Weibel on the outside right, back out to Crastille. Lobs it down low for Brown. She puts it up and she's fouled, and that was unnecessary. She was so far underneath the basket at 5'1". And Thomas and Berg were there, and they went for the swat, but they got her wrist. So to the line is Kenzie Brown. And the free throw is up and off the back of the rim and in as it bounced high and through. Bee Diggers 19, the Bobcats 7. Second free throw is up and off the back of the rim. Segelke grabs her 7th board. Man, she's having a monster game so far. Rule into the front court, right of the lane, bodied up by Brown, no whistle. Thomas 3 in the air. There you go for Aurora Thomas. That's the beautiful touch that she's got, and she finally capitalized. Bee Diggers leading 22-7, 45 seconds into the second. Crastille for Estes Park, picked up at midcourt by Rule. Left of the lane, picks up her dribble, spins, free throw line for Weibel, dribbles by Bills, lost the ball, and taken away by Segelke. Nice deal. 4th turnover for Estes Park. Rule on the outside right, bounce pass to Thomas underneath the basket, reverse layup up and in. That was beautiful by Thomas with the cut, with the reverse off the glass. Boy, Aurora struggled shooting in the first quarter, but 2 for 2 to begin the second. 24-7 Brush, 6:43 to go, second quarter. In the lane is Neuendrop. Jump shot is blocked by Berg and taken away by Callie Bills. Here's Rule for Brush on the outside right, dribbling right baseline, right corner Thomas. Backs up, the shot is an air ball. Rebound, Segelke scores! About 5 feet away to the left of the basket is Segelke. She's back at the line, and she's got 12 points in the game after the and one. Annie Cerrone committed the foul. Segelke now has 8 rebounds. The free throw is up, and she bricked it off to the right. Neuendrop with a rebound for Estes Park. The Bobcats have 5 rebounds in the game. The Bee Diggers have 18. Not even close here. Neuendrop, free throw line for Weibel. Back to Neuendrop. Banks and misses off to the left. Callie Bills has the Brush rebound. That's her first, and the outlet to Rule. Rule into the front court at the top of the three-point circle. Swings it right side to Thomas behind the three-point line. Right of the lane for Berg. Turns, shoots, scores. Nice little 7 to 8 footer for Lauren Berg. 4 points for her. Steal by Thomas off the inbounds pass. She banks and misses, and Thomas gets it. Looking in the lane. Hooks. Misses off to the left. Rebound to Rule. Bounces, and she misses. And then the rebound is controlled by the Bobcats. And that is taken away by Cerrone. Ball knocked out of bounds by Rule. 5th turnover there by Estes Park. And again, the Bee Diggers doing a heck of a job on the boards. Pass in the backcourt. There's Rule with a foul. That's the 4th team foul. It was taken in by Weibel. Brush leading now 28-7. They've opened the second quarter in a 9-1 run. Make it a 10-1 run. The lob to Weibel at the top, right of the lane, all the way. She runs into a Bee Digger offensive foul as Segelke took the contact. 3rd turnover already in the quarter for Estes Park, and Weibel commits her first. And this is already a laugher here in the early going. Here's the lob into Thomas. Aurora Thomas to Bills, left baseline to Segelke, turns and scores. Quincy Segelke again. has got 15 points in the game. She's almost got a double-double in the first half. Weibel in the lane, runner off the glass, too strong. Rebound to Segelke. Segelke out of traffic, trying to find an outlet. Doesn't Lauren Berg. Berg on the outside right, lobs it down low, intended for Thomas. There's a foul on Aurora Thomas as the pass was not a good one, and it was stolen by Brown. 15 foul against the Bead Diggers. It's also a brush turnover. And let's see, we'll have Maddie Kerr coming into the game for Aurora Thomas. Sydney Odell is going to come in and replace who? There's 6 players on the court. Odell's got to say something. No, she didn't. Luckily, the coach, Bill Nichols, said something because Sydney just walked in. There's a steal by Kerr off the inbounds pass. And now she'll retreat. Here's Kerr on the outside left. Left corner for Odell. Odell the basketball, looking to her right. Swings it, bounce pass at the top for Bills. On the outside left, Segelke penetrates left baseline. Spins, turns, back out to Bills. Lob to Berg, 10-footer, good. In the lane for Lauren Berg, slightly off to the left of the basket. And the Bead Digger lead is 25 at 32-7. Lob at the free throw line for Weibel. Weibel dribbles, 14-footer off to the left. Lauren Berg grabs the rebound for Brush. That is her 4th on the outlet to Kerr. Kerr across the timeline, right side to Odell. Odell behind the three-point line, looking, jump pass to Berg, straightaway shot, 10-footer misses. Rebound to Bills, puts it up, partially blocked. Segelke banks, and she misses, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Bobcats. Bead Digger basketball, Segelke already has got a double-double here in the opening half. 14 points and 10 rebounds. There's the lob into Berg. 15-footer good. Lauren Berg's got a gorgeous touch. Off the inbounds pass. 6 1/4, 8 in the game for Berg. And she's halfway to a double-double. Well, more than halfway with the points. Kenzie Brown, jump pass to 1-4, not on her roster, to Weibel. Right of the lane. The runner off the glass, no good. She pushed off with the left hand. And the rebound to Sydney Odell. The Brush fans wanted a foul. Then we got a foul in the back court. And that will be a 1-1. And let's see, I'm going to just say that's Molly Morgan then. Because that's the one on the junior varsity roster. There's no other way to look at that. And not on the original roster. That's what we'll go with at this point. The Bead Diggers on a 16-1 run to begin the second quarter. And Sydney Odell to shoot 2. And the first free throw is up and around and off to the left. It's the only free throw because she missed it. Ball knocked out of bounds off the rebound by Molly Link. And the Bobcats will come the other way with the Bead Diggers in control by 27. And games like this normally go, as long as there's not too many fouls committed, pretty fast because you got nothing to play for. Brown dribbles the ball off her foot, chases it down. And then Kerr commits the foul. That defense was way too tight by Maddie Kerr. She was smothering her, and the officials saw it, and Kerr commits her second foul. And again, that's the only thing that will stop this game in terms of the flow, is that the teams get sloppy defensively and start committing miscues. We got a timeout called by the Bobcats. We'll take it with them. 3:44 to go second quarter. Brush 34. Well, now they're going to keep it here. No timeout. I don't know what's happening there. The team started walking off the court, so no timeout. And Brown with a free throw. It's in the air, and she misses back rim, and the ball is tipped around, chased down beautifully by Maddie Kerr. Kerr all the way, dribbles by 2, banks and misses. There's a foul. Maddie Kerr with some tremendous speed. Foul was committed by Camden Arnold, a freshman just into the game. Now, when Kerr and Segelke are on the floor together, as we've seen throughout the course of the season, as the free throw is in, bodies will go flying because they are hustle players. Not that the others aren't, but they really sacrifice their bodies. They do a tremendous job. Second free throw, nothing but string for the junior Maddie Kerr, and the Bead Diggers lead 36-7. And it's now an 18-1 run to begin the quarter. There's the Bead Digger foul. just across midcourt. And that, again, is on Maddie Kerr. That's her third. And these fouls are pretty far away from the basket. Maddie's going to get herself out of the game just committing the fouls, even with a 29-point lead for Brush. And the free throw is up and off the back of the rim, but rebounded by Camden Arnold, who missed the free throw. Weibel, 10-footer right side around and no good. And Lauren Berg grabs a rebound for Brush. And there's another whistle in the backcourt. Holy Mahungus, this gets to be more difficult to watch as the fouls are committed. Camden Arnold with her second. So we go to the other end. We only had a total of 3 free throws in the opening quarter. That's more than tripled now. The Berg free throw is high off the glass and no good. And Weibel grabs the rebound for Estes Park. Weibel off her 5th rebound. Front court pass to Cerrone, looking down low, double teamed, and then stripped away beautifully by Kerr. Great defense by Maddie Kerr. Kerr the other way. Backs up, 15-footer around, and no good. And the rebound to Sweeney. She banks and misses. And then the ball is out of bounds. It's off of... Which way are they pointing? I guess it's off of Brush. Now the 30-second timeout is called. We'll keep it right here with 3:04 to go. Estes Park calls the timeout. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store. Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. We're straight up just past 3 o'clock. That means you are listening to 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley, and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com, where the Bee Diggers have opened the quarter on an 18-1 run and are decimating the Estes Park Bobcats. They already won the opening meeting in Estes Park, 61-25, and well on their way towards doing the same in the rematch here in Brush. Coming the other way is Camden Arnold. Over to Brown. Brown against Sydney Odell, dribbling left to the lane, in the lane. The runner off the glass is way too strong, and the ball is rebounded by none other than Quincy Sagoki. That is her 11th rebound in the first half. Wow, what a game. Swings it left side. Over to Link, left to the lane, Sagoki. Back out Odell, straight away three is in the air and around and good! A beautiful touch for Sydney Odell. It hung on the rim and it fell in. 39-7. On the outside left of the basketball is Baker. Free throw line for Weibel. Turning. Back out to Brown. Straight away to Weibel. Dribbles to her right. Right of the lane. Double team. Puts up a runner. No good. And the ball is loose. Still loose. And it's picked up by Brown. And then she travels. Brush basketball as Carly Crasteel's back in. 2:17 to go. Second quarter. Brush 39. Estes Park 7. And Sydney Odell into the front court for Brush. Odell on the outside left to Kerr. Dribbles to her right. Into the lane. Her runner's up and in. That was beautiful. Maddie Kerr has made some plays here offensively that have been very, very impressive. 7 points in the game for the junior. 41-7. Minute 55 to go. Crasteel lob down low for Weibel. Banks and misses with the left hand. Cammie Sweeney grabs her 7th rebound. On the outlet to Kerr. Kerr into the front court, chest pass, right baseline, Odell, 12-footer in the air. No good, and she's fouled on the follow-through. Bobcats down by 34, and then a foul by Brown, not even close to the basket. Brown with her second, and that is going to help Brush's cause that much more with Sydney Odell to the line. The free throw is up. In, out, and in for Odell. Now football score now, 42-7. Second free throw by the sophomore Odell is in the air. Well short and off to the left. Kenzie Brown chases down her second rebound. We got a minute 37 to go, second quarter. Brown on the outside up to Crasteel. Stolen by Kerr. She jumped the route beautifully. Kerr bounce pass to Odell, banks, and she misses. And the ball is loose, still loose. Kerr's got it. She banks and misses in a foul. And back to the line is Maddie Kerr. And the Bee Diggers just killing this team on the boards. Free throw by Maddie is perfect. Her form from the line is just very, very easy and smooth. It's now a 25-1 run for Brush. Second free throw by Kerr is off the back of the rim, and the rebound is into the hands of Carly Crastille. Or is that Cerrone? Nope, it's Cerrone instead. Bobcats the other way, and a foul by Kerr. I'm surprised Coach Nichols kept her out there that long, because that's, on my book, 4 fouls. I believe that's what the board would say. Yep, 4 fouls for Kerr. Of course, I guess it doesn't matter in this game because now the Bee Diggers are leading by 36. That's a 10-team foul, double bonus. Kendall Elliott getting ready to check back in. The Crastille free throw is in the air, and it's off to the left. Rebound to Weibel, banks and scores. 43-9. Odell with 1:09 to go, right of the lane, all the way. Had the shot stuffed out of bounds by Weibel. Yeah, Weibel's got several inches on Sydney and couldn't get her to pump fake or anything. Odell to throw it in. Sydney looking. Right of the lane to Segelke. Little 10-footer off the glass, no good. And it's rebounded by Sweeney to Segelke. Little 6-footer, no good. And now Weibel has the rebound for Estes Park. Here come the Bobcats the other way. Crastille, left baseline shot is no good. It's off to the left, and it's loose and taken away beautifully off the bounce by Sydney Odell. 46 seconds to go. Brush leads 43-9. We're in the second quarter. Odell right of the lane, and then she traveled. She dragged the back foot. 5th turnover for Brush. Not that poorly of a played game. It's only 13 turnovers combined. Bobcats the other way. Another player wearing a uniform not on this roster inside to Weibel, and she is fouled as she drove to the basket. Off the miss. That might be Odell who stuck her hand in there. It is. Odell with her first, and Weibel to shoot a deuce. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan. That's B&B Appliance, a full and complete line of Whirlpool appliances. They'll help you find your perfect fit. B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. The free throw's no good. In and out. Second free throw to be attempted by Anna Weibel. That's up and in. The Bobcats are in double figures, 43-10. 24 seconds to go. Odell, right side to Segelke, inside the three-point line, penetrates right baseline underneath the basket, reverse layup up, and she missed it. Weibel with a rebound, and the outlet pass is thrown out of bounds by Weibel. The turnover gives the ball back to Brush. 14.6 to go. Odell into Elliott. Left corner for Segelke. Dribbles, left baseline, bounce pass inside, intercepted, cut off beautifully by Cerrone. And the Bobcats the other way. Then Segelke tips it away at midcourt. 2 seconds, 1 second, all the way, lays it up and in! That's the way to end the first half. Very appropriate that Quincy Segelke did so because she had a monster first half. 16 points and 11 rebounds in the first half. And the Bee Diggers lead at the break by a score of 45-10. Doesn't get much better than that for Brush. Let's take a 3-minute break. You're listening to the first of 2 games between the Bee Diggers and Estes Park Bobcats right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the second half where the Brush Lady Bee Diggers are putting it to the Estes Park Bobcats as the Bobcats trail here 45-10. Aurora Thomas, Callie Bills, Quincy Segelke, Maddie Rule, and Cammie Sweeney for Brush. Correction for the first half, Maddie Kerr has 8 points. I had her with 7, but it's 8 points. Everything else remains intact. Kenzie Brown, Anna Weibel, Carly Crastille, Chelsea Neuendrop, and Annie Cerrone for Estes Park. And it looks like the Bee Diggers will have the ball to begin. Or will they? Nope, it'll be the Bobcats instead. Brown to throw it in. Brush scored 61 in the opening meeting. They're going to eclipse that this afternoon. They're only 16 points away from that unless they go in a complete offensive funk. At the top of the basketball is Crastio on the outside right to Brown. Right corner for Weibel. Lob down low through the hands of Neuendrop. Intercepted by Thomas. 11 turnover for Estes Park. Thomas dribbles into the front court. Gets a pick from Sweeney. Left side to Bills. Bills right-handed dribble into the lane. Pulls up. Right-handed shot is around and no good. Spins out. Rebound Sweeney. Banks and scores to the left of the basket. Sweeney now with her first points of the game, but she's got 9 rebounds. Beat Diggers 47, the Bobcats 10, 7:20 to go. As Brush is right now completely dominated in the game. Brown hooks and misses. Sweeney has the ball as that was an air ball. Roll the other way for Brush at the top in the lane. All the way the runners off the back of the rim. And the rebound into the hands of Annie Cerrone of Estes Park. Brown towards the top. Swings it right side to Crastile. Into the lane to Cerrone. She's trapped, throws up a prayer and scores. Wow, off the glass in between two Beat Diggers. First points for Cerrone. The lead is at 35 once again at 47-12. 6:39 to go, third quarter. Thomas lobs it right to the free throw line for Segelke. Left-handed dribble in the lane all the way. Banks and scores. Left-handed shot there by Segelke. 18 points, 11 boards for the senior. The Beat Diggers by 37. Brown right of the lane. In the right corner, back out to Neuendrop. Back to Brown. Bounce pass off the foot of Crastile. Picked up by Weibel. She lost it. And taken away by Thomas. Thomas with a 2-on-2. All the way. Scoops it up off the glass and in. Thomas now with 7. The Bobcats committed their 12th turnover. Brush 51. Estes Park 12. And the Beat Diggers will be clearing that bench rather soon. Left side, Crastile. We played over 2 minutes. Lob down low for Weibel. Left baseline turns. Banks and misses. And Segelke, check that. Bills tied up with Neuendrop for the rebound. Possession arrow Brush. And Maddie Rule to throw it in. Lauren Berg will check into the game for Cali Bills. Early substitution in the third quarter made by head coach Bill Nichols. Maddie Rule the other way. At the top, met by Crastile. Maintains the dribble. Bounce pass on the outside right to Sweeney. Top of the three-point circle for Berg. Left side to Rule. Lob down low for Sweeney. Banks and misses short. Rebound to Sweeney. Looking stuck in the lane to Segelke. She puts it up and misses. Rebound to Sweeney. Left-handed shot off the glass is good. Cammie Sweeney again. Doing a tremendous job under the boards. That's 11 rebounds now. Lob to Weibel. Left baseline has fouled as she pulled up for the shot. She'll go to the stripe. And a Weibel to shoot 2. And Segelke commits her first, even though she was not around the basketball. Free throw is up and off the back of the rim. She's even motioning towards Thomas, who I think did commit the foul, that it was not on her. End of the game is, I believe that's that freshman that we didn't have on this roster. Molly Morgan, second free throw, yes. Weibel now with 8 points. The lead is 40 for Brush, 53-13, 5:10 to go, third quarter. At the top is Maddie Rule with the basketball. Chest pass on a high right to Segelke. Straight up to Berg, outside left to Thomas. Lob down low for Sweeney, dribbles, banks, and scores with the left hand. Sweeney is so effective down low. She's got 6 points all in the quarter. And Brush up by 42 with 4:47 to go in the third. Crastile lob into Weibel. Then the ball is tipped away, loose, still loose, picked up by Weibel, and she puts it up and misses. And then she's fouled. I don't think she's fouled on the shot, fouled on the rebound by Segelke. Weibel now with her 9th rebound. Segelke with her second foul. And Brown to throw it in. Left corner for Weibel. Dribbles left of the lane. Jump pass. Cross court intercepted by Thomas. 13 turnover. Thomas to Rule. Banks it in to the right of the basket. Beautiful pass from Aurora to Maddie Rule, who now has 6 points in the game. Brush 57. Estes Park 13. Right corner pass to Morgan. Morgan harassed there by Berg. Swings it right side to Brown. Bounce pass inside to Weibel. Loose on the floor. There's a tie-up. Possession arrow. Estes Park. Thomas was there wrestling with Weibel for the basketball. And Maddie Kerr will check in for Aurora Thomas. This Patriot League has 3 tiers, and that's it. Sterling and Eaton on one tier, Brush and Strasburg on the next tier, and then the rest of them at the bottom. Or you can throw in Platte Valley. Platte Valley would be just a notch below Strasburg and Brush based on what they've done this season. I certainly wouldn't put them in the category of Valley and Estes Park and University and Frontier Academy. Frontier Academy being at the bottom because Estes Park has got 2 league wins, both against Frontier Academy. And they can ride Anna Weibel. She's an excellent player for Estes Park. But if you had to choose between a great point guard and somebody down low, usually take the point guard because they control the whole game. However, Weibel's shown that she can do something off the dribble. She's got those dribbling skills. The problem is that once she gets the ball, they collapse on her. Bobcat basketball. And to throw it in is Kenzie Brown. Right corner for Weibel, and then towards the free throw line intended for Cerrone, intercepted by Kerr. Maddie Kerr's going to have to back it out very smartly. She had no room there. Kerr towards the top of the three-point circle. Swings it right side to Segelke. 3:55 to go. Baseball pass inside to Rule. She dribbles, banks, and scores. Didn't need the dribble, but did it anyway. However, it didn't matter because she was able to bank it in. Brush 59, Estes Park 13. 3:43 remaining in the third. Beat Diggers are 2 points away from matching their total against Estes Park 2 weeks ago. Weibel in the lane. Turns, hooks it up left hand too strong. Lauren Berg grabs the rebound for Brush. That's her 6th. The outlet to Kerr, wide open as Sweeney. She fell down looking for the ball. It's off her hands, out of bounds. Yeah, Sweeney was discombobulated, spinning one way and going the other. She was way ahead of the field. And the Bobcats come the other way. Kenzie Brown with the basketball, the top of the three-point circle, looking for a pick left of the lane, left corner, 3 by Weibel, back rimmed it. Lauren Berg grabs her 7th rebound for Brush. On the outlet to Rule, Sweeney was wide open momentarily, crossover dribble, bounce pass to Segelke, banks it in to the left of the basket. 20 points, 11 rebounds for Segelke. Has not grabbed a rebound here in the third quarter, but Brush is up by 48. Brown right of the lane all the way, and there's a foul. I did not see one piece of contact at all. And it was on the floor, I guess. Maddie Rule commits the foul. Hand check is what was called. Third team foul against the Beat Diggers. Estes Park with none here in the third quarter. Brown to throw it in with 2:54 to go. Sydney Odell checks in for Maddie Rule. The Beat Diggers are on a 16-3 run in this quarter. Brown, right corner for Baker, and then the bounce pass inside, tipped away and stolen by Berg, and then she threw an elbow. Yep. Berg's got to watch out. She's very close to a technical there. It's a good call, unfortunately, for Brush. Berg did throw that elbow. Second foul against her. And Brown to throw it into the left of the basket. Brown near that right corner for Baker. Bounce pass towards Brown. Dribbles to her left. Behind the three-point line. Lobs it towards Weibel. Right of the lane. The lane jump pass is beyond the reach of Camden Arnold, out of bounds. 6 turnover in the quarter already for Estes Park. It will be Beat Digger basketball. Molly Link is in for Segelke. Link hasn't played a lot in this game, but you would expect now, with only about 10.5 minutes of basketball to go in a 48-point lead, that a lot of these players are going to see action. Bounce pass inside, intended for Link, stolen away by Baker. Kenzie Brown, right of the lane, back out towards Morgan. Long shot is around and no good. That was a three-pointer. Odell grabs her 4th rebound. On the outlet to Kerr. Kerr right of the lane. A bucket gives Brush a 50-point advantage with 2:12 to go in the third. Kerr straight away to Odell. Well behind the three-point line. Odell looking to her right. Bounce pass to Link. Link lobs it inside for Sweeney. And Sweeney came down with the basketball and was fouled. Never really got the shot off, but was attempted to shoot. And they're going to give her 2 shots. Foul was committed by Camden Arnold. Sweeney has 6 points all in this quarter. And the free throw is up and good for Cammie Sweeney. Grocery, meat, and fresh deli counters, Floral, Pharmacy, Western Union, Public Service Payments, 24-hour gas. It's Brush Grocery Cart. 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. Second free throw is missed. Rebound into the hands of Anna Weibel, her 10th. Now to Brown on the outside left is Arnold. Lobs it inside, tipped away by Kerr. Intended for Weibel. Kerr with a lot of speed is going to lay it up and in. Maddie Kerr is so fast. Holy Mahunga, she just raced by everybody like they were standing still. Kerr now with 10. It's a 51-point game, a minute 38 to go. Brown backs up 16-footer off the bottom of the backboard. Maddie Kerr grabs the rebound, then fouled in the backcourt. First team foul against Estes Park. And Kenzie Brown with her third. Here comes Carly Crastille. Yeah, there was a game recently in this league where Sterling beat Valley 65-3. Brush might win this game by more than those 62 points. Odell at the top for Kerr. They're up by 51 right now with a minute 18 to go in the third. Kerr behind the three-point line, back out to Bills. Swings it at the top for Berg. Bounce pass right side for Kerr. Looking down low for Bills, kicks it back out towards Berg. Knocked away, taken by Kerr, shoots and scores. In the lane, a little 12-footer for Maddie Kerr off the deflection. Kerr now at 12, and the lead is 53 points. Jump pass, Weibel, left corner, left of the lane, then she slams into Berg, who commits her third foul. 5th team foul. And Brown to throw it in. Brown looking, lobs it on the outside left to Crastille. In the lane to Weibel, turns, banks and misses. Sydney Odell grabs the rebound for Brush. Odell's done a nice job on the boards. That's 5 for her. Crossover dribble into the front court. At the top for Maddie Kerr. Holds the ball on her left hip. 37 seconds to go. Berg straight away to Bills. Right side to Kerr. Jump pass to Berg, and she fell down off the pass. Out of bounds, and Berg's okay. I think she thought she was fouled, but tough to see from this angle. Turnover number 10 against the Bee Diggers. And now the Bobcats with the basketball. They've scored just 3 points in the quarter. Brown down low for Weibel in the lane. Turns, shoots, and scores. Little 2-footer for Weibel, who had position. She's in double figures with 10's. Got a double-double. 10 points, 10 rebounds. Link to Berg. Free throw line extended. Dribbles to her right. Had the ball knocked away. Gets it back. Right corner for Odell. Odell against Camden Arnold all the way. Bounce pass. Left baseline for Maddie Kerr. Knocked out of bounds. Bee Diggers retain possession. 2.7 seconds to go. And to throw it in will be Kerr. Kerr looking, still looking. Near the top to Link. Link has got to take the three. Now she's just holding the ball, and the clock runs out. And that is the end of the third quarter. The Bee Diggers are in the lead, 66-15. It's a 1-minute break on 1010 KSRR and KSRR.com. Brush 66, Estes Park 15. Let's head to the fourth quarter. Quincy Segelke, Callie Bills, Molly Link, Maddie Kerr, and the inbounds passer, Sydney Odell for Brush. Kenzie Brown, Carly Crastille, Anna Weibel, along with Chelsea Neuendrop and Annie Cerrone for Estes Park. Maddie Kerr with the basketball. At the free throw line for Odell. Dribbles to her right. Bounce pass to Segelke. Stripped from behind out of bounds. Bee Diggers retain possession. And to throw it in is going to be Kerr. With Brush holding a 51-point lead into Segelke, left baseline. She dribbles, she banks, and scores. To the left of the basket. Quincy with 22 in the game. And has not grabbed a rebound in the second half, but she still has a double-double with 11 rebounds in the first half. 68-15. Cerrone inside to Weibel, turns as the shot blocked out of bounds by Bills. Estes Park basketball. Bills is a little bit shorter, but not much shorter than Weibel. Brown to trigger it in. Lobs it at the top for Weibel. Dribbles right of the lane. Bounce pass to Brown. Steps to her left. Bounce pass cross court to Castillo. Left wing three in the air. Good. The Bay Diggers with a 21-5 third quarter. But the Bobcats already have 3 points in this fourth quarter. Sydney Odell against Castillo. Gets a pick from Segelke. Right side to Bills. Wide open three. Yes! Callie Bills scores for the first time in the game. The 8th Beat Digger in the scoring column. Brush 71, Estes Park 18. 6:46 to go. Castillo has the ball go off her left hand, and she tried to save it in beautifully in the corner. And then we got a Beat Digger foul, their 6th team foul, committed by Molly Link, her first. And to throw it in is Brown. Lobs it to Castillo. Free throw line for Weibel. Jump pass inside, right through the hands of Cerrone. They've got that foul as Link's second up there. Turnover number 18 for the Bobcats. The Beat Diggers have just 10. And Sydney Odell comes the other way for Brush. Odell spinning at the top of the three-point circle. Gets a pick from Segelke at the free throw line. Back out to Bills. Another three. Off to the right. Segelke trying to chase it down and throws it off the foot of Neuendrop out of bounds. So no rebound recorded for Segelke. Didn't have control of the basketball, but nice job of keeping the possession alive for the Beat Diggers. Kerr to throw it in front of the Beat Digger bench. Kerr in the right corner to Link. Lobs it right of the lane to Segelke. Straight away to Odell. Odell with 6:13 remaining in the game. Brush 71, Estes Park 18. Right corner for Quincy. Against Chelsea Neuendrop. Bounce pass off the right hand of Molly Link, intercepted by Weibel. 11 turnovers for Brush. Kenzie Brown the other way. Right baseline. Brown with a runner is an air ball. Segelke finally has another one for the Beat Diggers in this quarter. That's 12. Outside left. Odell left of the lane. Bounce pass to Kerr, but I think there was a foul prior to that, and there was. 3rd team foul by Estes Park, and the 4th on Kenzie Brown. Neuendrop is out. Lucy Baker is in. Maddie Kerr to throw it in. Over to Segelke. Banks and misses from 5 feet away. Lucy Baker with the rebound for Estes Park. Here's Kenzie Brown at the top to Baker. Baker had it stripped by Kerr, but picked up by Baker. Now to Castillo. Bounce pass towards Baker. Lob inside to Weibel, poked away by a couple of Beat Diggers, taken by Weibel. She spins, she turns, and an offensive foul. Segelke took the contact. Foul number 2 by Weibel, turnover number 19 for the Bobcats. 5:28 remaining in the game. We'll have a player of the game coming up a little bit later on, but that was long, well determined in the first half. Aurora Thomas back in for Brush. Maddie Kerr with 4 fouls will take a breather. Thomas across the timeline, guarded by Castillo. Looking to her right. At the top of the key here is Callie Bills. Right corner Link, wide open three. She'll take it and she'll miss it off the front of the rim. And the ball's knocked out of bounds by Weibel. Beat Diggers retain possession. And to throw it in is Odell. Odell inside to Segelke, banks it in. She had position on Baker for just a second, and that's all they needed. Segelke with 24 points. Brown in the lane, the runner's off to the left, and Segelke grabs her 13th rebound. What a game by the senior. 4:46 to go. Brush leads by 55, 73-18. Thomas the other way, lobs it Over to Segelke, into the lane, pulls up from 10, shot blocked by Weibel, taken by Thomas. Then her shot is blocked. Segelke then gets it and scores off the deflection. Segelke did it again, finding the loose change. 75-18. 4:19 to go. Lob left side for Castillo. Long three in the air. Good. Carly Castillo hits her second three in this quarter. 75-21. Virtually everybody has played here for Brush in this game. Here's Odell left to the lane, hands it off to Segelke. She banks and she misses, too strong. Lucy Baker with a rebound for the Bobcats. They come the other way with 3:47 to go. Castillo fakes the three, looking cross court. Here is Kenzie Brown straight away to Weibel. Weibel at the free throw line, 16-footer good, just behind that free throw line. Weibel now with 12, 75-23, a 52-point lead with 3.5 remaining in Brush. Molly Link inside to Segelke. She dribbles, she spins, she bangs, she misses, she's fouled. And a foul was committed by Anna Weibel, her third. Segelke back to the stripe. She's got 26 points and 14 rebounds in the game. Free throw, yes. Another free throw coming up for Segelke. Rebounding totals are unofficial. That's good. And that's going to be it for her. A 28-14 afternoon for Segelke. Elliott will check in. Monster game for the senior. 76-23. Now let's just keep the fouls at a minimum and get this one-sided affair over with. Castillo left wing three, and she bricked it, hit nothing but backboard. And the ball is loose, and it's out of bounds off of Estes Park as Weibel tried to chase it down. Ashley Hinojos also into the game, so head coach Bill Nichols has completely cleared the bench for Brush. And here's Aurora Thomas. Thomas, left-handed dribble left to the lane, spinning. Over to Hinojos. Right wing to Elliott. Shot is up and in. Kendall Elliott with a nice touch. Little 8-footer for Elliott. Elliott becomes the 9th player in the scoring column for Brush. 78-23. Matches their biggest lead at 55. Castillo at the top for Weibel against Sweeney. Right of the lane. Backs up. 15-footer. Air ball. Molly Link has it for the Beat Diggers. Thomas across the timeline. Aurora Thomas with 2.5 to go. Thomas, chest pass up top for Hinojos. Left wing for Sweeney. Sweeney inside towards Elliott. The ball stolen away. Right through the hands of Elliott. Here's Weibel. Weibel in the lane. Backs up, banks, and misses. Nice defense there by Link. Aurora Thomas grabs the rebound. Here is Elliott ahead to Sweeney. She banks, and it spins no good. Rebound Sweeney. Blocked from behind by Weibel. And taken away there by Brown. Was the 12th rebound there. Brown the other way. Puts up a wild runner off the glass and in. Spinning away from the basket. 78-25. Minute 52 to go. Beat Diggers one bucket away from hitting the 50-point mark. Elliott on the outside right. Towards the top to Link. Wide open three is up, and she bricked it off to the right. Weibel has the rebound, and then for some reason Thomas committed the foul. And that'll be Aurora's second foul. Weibel to the stripe. Weibel now with 11 rebounds to go along with 12 points. Thomas had a nice shooting touch going there in the second quarter. Hit the three, then made an excellent cut to the basket on a reverse layup. 17 foul, 1-1, with a minute 39 to go in the game. Weibel bends, shoots, way off to the left. Sweeney grabs her 13th rebound. The outlet to Maddie Rule back in. She hasn't played much in the second half. Rule crossover dribble. Looking, spinning. Back out to Link. Left side to Hinojos. Hinojos inside to Sweeney, left of the lane, in the lane, hooks around, no good. And the rebound to Weibel. Weibel with yet another rebound, her 12th, and her runner is up and off the back of the rim. Hinojos grabs the rebound for Brush. Beat Diggers the other way. Roll at the top for Hinojos. Free throw line for Sweeney. Sweeney dribbles by a defender, then kicks it towards Hinojos. Ball is loose, picked up by Elliott. Elliott's shot is blocked, and then Rule's got it. Rule is trapped underneath. Over to Elliott. Then I think we got 3 seconds. And we do. It'll be Estes Park basketball. Sydney Odell will check back in. And that will do it for Maddie Rule. The first time around, she had 14 points, only 8 in this game against Estes Park, but she had a lot of those points in the opening quarter. On the outside left with the basketball is 2-3 there for Estes Park to Arnold. Down low, and then the shot is blocked, but a foul. And that's taken by Neuendrop with 38.3 seconds to go. Neuendrop to shoot a deuce. And the foul on Molly Link, that's her 3rd. So the one that had as her first foul was her 2nd. Free throw is good. Estes Park has put together a double-digit quarter. They had not done that in the game. They had scored 6, 4, and 5 points. And now they're at 12. 2nd free throw is in. 78-27. 34 seconds to go. Hinojos with the basketball, right corner for Sweeney. Back out towards Odell. Odell with a dribble towards midcourt. I don't know if Brush is going to shoot here unless they get a wide open layup. Odell's going to spin towards the top at the free throw line. 15-footer, yes! Nice shot by Odell. Beat Diggers now with 80 points in the game. It's their season high. 7 seconds to go. Here is Neuendrop. Long shot is off the back of the rim. Ball is loose. And Link chases it down in the corner. And that's it. And the Brush Beat Diggers have put together a dominating performance this afternoon as they defeat the Estes Park Bobcats 80-27. The Beat Diggers led by 12 points after 1 quarter. And in this game, quite frankly, never looked back. So the Brush girls complete the season sweep of the Bobcats. The boys will look to do the same. But first things first, we'll take a break and wrap up this game after this. Brush 80, Estes Park 27. It's a 3-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It's a banner game for the Brush ladies today. They had no problem defeating the Estes Park Bobcats. Final score 80-27. Let's welcome you to the Beat Digger post-game show, which is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies. From plumbing to feed, Mr. D's Ace Home Center. The Beat Diggers, after the opening quarter, had an 18-6 lead. And then a 27-4 second quarter made it 45-10. Brushton had a 21-5 third quarter and then outscored Estes 14-12 in the fourth. Now for the Beat Diggers in the game, we'll check that. Let's get to the visiting Bobcats first. Anna Weibel had 12 points. 6 in the game for Carly Crastille. Chelsea Neuendrop with 4. Kenzie Brown had 3. And Annie Cerrone completed the scoring with 2 points. For the Beat Diggers, what a performance today. What a game by Quincy Seguki. 28 points and 14 rebounds. Maddie Kerr with 12. 8 points apiece for Lauren Berg and Maddie Rule. 7 in the game from Cammie Sweeney. Same story for Aurora Thomas. 6 points for Sydney Odell. And then Callie Bills with 3 and Kendall Elliott with 2. at the free throw line. The Bean Diggers were 10 out of 16. Estes Park 5 out of 12. That didn't matter as much. What really mattered was the rebounding totals. The Bean Diggers had 52 to Estes Park's 22. 12 rebounds for Anna Weibel to lead Estes Park, and 14 for Quincy Segelke to lead Brush. Cammie Sweeney had 13 in the game. And turnover situation, the Bean Diggers had 12. And Estes Park had 19. With a victory, the Bean Diggers moved to 9-5 in Patriot League play. 10-6 overall. Estes Park is 2-11 in league play and 2-14 on the season. It's also a Parents' Day/night. So we have a larger gap in between games before we get to the boys' game, which will not start for at least 10 minutes, if not more. And that will allow us to see if we get an update on the Patriot League standings. This is customary at the end of the season. Although the Brush boys do have, well, actually, yeah, this is their final home game. That's why they're having Parents' Night right now. The Brush girls still have 2 home games left. Tuesday against Frontier Academy, Friday against Valley. But this is it for the Brush boys, because we'll be with them on Tuesday in Greeley against the Wolverines, and then Friday they play at Valley. We'll have regional wrestling coverage on 1010 and KSIR.com. Momentarily they'll start this clock and get us that much closer to the Brush and Estes Park boys game after the Brush girls won this afternoon rather handily. Very handily, 80-27 for their 10th victory of the season. And both teams are starting to warm up, and yet we have no movement of the clock. We'll wait at some portion until that clock gets going, which will essentially be the signal that we can take a break and get us again a little bit nearer that opening tip for the boys' game coming up this afternoon. We'll do it anyway right now. Let's take an extended break. Oh, boy. Now they've set the clock at 15 minutes. All right, let's take an extended break. So a good 20 to 25 minutes in between 2 basketball games. Brush girls win 80-27. Well, let's name our player of the game. How about that? Didn't forget about that. I was about to, but that's Quincy Segelke, 28 points and 14 rebounds. Brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment. That's Cargill.com. We'll come back after this lengthy break. We'll get you up to date with the Patriot League standings on the boys and girls sides right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.